Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the Lasham Daily Briefing for Thursday, 21st of November, 2024. So the synoptic situation, this is as of midnight last night, um, where under the influence of this low pressures both to the northeast and the southwest, but the central part of the country is reasonably dry. Watch out for this low pressure though down to the south, because if I run that through to midday today, you'll see that it's now always going to be there just over the Bay of Biscay, Holland, that sort of area. Um, but there's a bit of residual cloud from this occluded front that's actually over the southern part of England at the moment. So there is going to be snow in the southern part of the country, maybe even here initially, but we certainly haven't had any here at the moment. But my Yvonne has just sent me a photograph from my garden, which is 20 miles south, and they had quite a bit of snow there in the last hour or so. So that is going to be a bit of an influence today. So if we look at the clouds, so this is a cloud cover associated with that low pressure and the occlusion. It's literally on the south part of the country at the moment, and it's very, very thick over Europe. But if you look at the actual rain that's on it or snow that's on it, we are literally just to the very northern edge. And I think we might just about get away without any real rain or snow here, although it will be grey for a short period of while. So this is for the next 2 hours. But if I run through the Met predicted rain for the day, this is at 8 o'clock this morning. If I run that through, you'll see that it's gently rotating anti-clockwise. The heavy stuff is down Southampton way to the south of us, and we are really just on the very northern edge. And as the day goes on, that goes further and further south. So it's actually going to be a very pleasant afternoon, I think. Just a case of waiting for that clearance to pass. So spot winds are giving us north up to the north and east down to the south. We're pretty well in the middle, and our wind's going to be about 7 knots northeasterly. Windy's giving us. That's at 9 this morning. It does go round to north around about 3 o'clock this afternoon, but really our sort of flying is going to be with a northeasterly component for the day. Odium, their TAF is giving 6 knots from the east, few clouds at 3,000, but temporarily between 9 o'clock and 12 o'clock, this scatter cloud 1,800 feet. So this is a lower cloud that's that we're just stuck with temporarily. Farnborough's a little bit less optimistic. They're giving us 6 knots from the east northeast, no cloud below 1,500 meters and no Q NIMS, but temporarily between 9 and 2, they're saying broken clouds at 900 feet with light rain or snow, becoming between 2 o'clock and 5 o'clock. Very pleasant for this afternoon. I think we're somewhere between the middle. I don't think it's going to be as bad as Farnborough, but certainly we'll have to see. It all depends how fast this low pressure moves, but it is moving at a fair pace. So I think we're probably going to be okay from about 11 o'clock onwards. Local forecasts are giving us overcast, a little bit of snow initially, and then the sun coming out around about 12 o'clock local. I've highlighted the temperatures, feels like temperature. We've got a bit of wind chill. It's going to be about -3 out on the airfield today. Steady east-northeasterly breeze going around to northwesterly actually when it's dark. And they're talking about gusts of 15, 17 knots. They said that yesterday as well. We didn't get them, and I don't believe we'll get them today. Very, very good visibility. So GFS is giving us a max temperature today of only 3 or 4 degrees with a dew point down at -2. If you're outside the window at the moment, fresh northeasterly breeze and this lower cloud at the moment. And the actual temperature is now marked 2.2 degrees with a dew point down at -3. So significant weather then. If we base ourselves down on the south coast here, this is at 11 o'clock this morning. If I run it through a little bit earlier, you can see that this is now, we've got this cloud to the south. We just got a bit of overhang in our area here. That's saying cloud base between 1,500 and 2,000. And if I run that forward, it comes down initially. There's this heavier cloud here. This is actually giving us, this is saying 500 to 1,000 foot, which sort of links in with what Farnborough saying initially. But as we progress through the day, that sort of clears and we end up with a very pleasant afternoon for sure. Sky sight is giving a lot of cloud, medium, low, and high cloud cover up till about 12:30, and then it's going to be nice and clear. Winds 5 knots from the east, and if I run through the cloud cover, a slide from the sky sight. See, this cloud is up at 6,000 feet, even dropping down to around about 2,000 by about 11 o'clock, and then clear for the afternoon. And the cloud cover, this is the lower stuff. I go to 10,000 foot. See, this is 10,000 foot there. It's giving this lower cloud around about 2,000 again, about 12 o'clock, and then crystal clear for the afternoon. No TAMs, we've got the usual culprits today. 17 is flares being dropped by parachutes. Surface to 1,700 feet, 6 o'clock till 11 o'clock this morning at shot as well. 20 is the usual partner Stacey live firing. 22 is Aldershot, flares again descending by parachute, but that's not going to be till this evening, 5 o'clock onwards. And 25 is D132, Ash Ranges, going to be activated today. So let's have a look at operations today, Dan. So there's a cross section. This is updated from Odium after their first one to correct for icing and turbulence. So the freezing level is going to be quite low. And here's the overhang from the back end of that occlusion, and then it's going to clear up nicely. And this all timing is obviously going to be crucial, but we ought to be ready for it. It's saying there can be at least 1,000 foot probably already. So we need to be ready for it for those that want to go flying. Winds pretty well from the east, 7 knots. Going around to the north this afternoon, as I mentioned earlier. Great visibility. Warnings, winter weather, snow in brackets. So if we're going to get snow here at all, it's going to be in the next hour or so, I think, and it's only going to be very, very light. Okay, there are no reported movements for today. We have a 8 knot east-northeast wind throughout the day with possible snow showers first thing, then clearing. We'll set up on 09. Careful with the wheel brake on the grass, please. And it's going to be cold out there today, so please dress appropriately. And don't forget, there's no canteen this week, so there's no hot drinks or food in the clubhouse this week as they move all the canteen equipment to the new clubhouse. We've got 4 K21s, 3 K21s serviceable. 2 of the K21s are on the booking system with Alan and John. 1 K21 and a K13 available for the casual list. Thursday Warriors are going to be sharing a K13. They usually do, so they'll look after that. No trial flights today. Single seaters are available all day. Watch out for any misting canopies. And remind about the buggies, please. And the simulator is available. So here's the list. Alan Melmore and John Simmons. There's 3 students throughout the day for them. John Barry Smith has asked for some casual flying, and so he'll probably take one of the K21s later. Chris Marin has added his name to this list. It wasn't on when I printed this. So Chris will be available. I'm sure he'll help me out in the airfield as well. And a couple of other gliders booked by other members, and they can come and get them out, I'm sure. So we'll set up on 09 when we go out, aerotow to the north, winds to the south as usual. There's a lightish east-northeasterly wind. And I think probably we only need a couple of K21s and a K13 out today. That should satisfy most. If people do want the single seaters, obviously they can bring them out, fly them and put them away. But I think from the club perspective, when the students and the instructors we have available, 2 K21s and a K13 is probably going to be adequate. Okay, I've left a message to the Winching people saying that we will be flying, not first thing initially, but I will set up the launch point vehicle on 09 and we'll see how the morning progresses. It won't take long to get stuff from the hangar to 09 and make the most of what the weather's going to do. It's certainly going to be okay this afternoon, but where's is the afternoon going to be 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock or 1 o'clock? I can't give you an exact prediction just this time. Okay, I'll speak with you all soon. Thanks so much. Bye.